we're pretty much done with this whole side of the abyss. I wish that the gold had not followed me onto the bridge. Because during the practice run, the dwarves ended up being on this side of the gold. Well, the gold's past them. So, but last time the dwarves basically created a barrier on the bridge and would not get out of the way for the gold to come back off. I'm going to leave all my minions on the guard marker here because we do have one more giant slug to deal with. This one can be a big pain. For one thing, I had several minions that decided to not stay on the marker. Oh, I did not have all my minions chosen, so that was my fault. Only the colors you have chosen will stay on the marker. But now that he's facing me, it's... Well, last time he would not come out of that little tunnel, so there was no way to circle around behind him. So, while I said he could be a trouble, since he did come out here, he should be much easier to deal with. Because if he's in that little tunnel and facing you, he can just keep knocking you down, and you basically get one swing for each time he's knocking you down. I also noticed that I have let my time go over again, so again, I'm sorry for the abrupt cutoff for the last video. I'll be going ahead and recording 2 videos at once and then finding a place to split them apart. Now that we have turned that will let us back out into the primary area again. But they have closed this gate. That's the one that we opened when we first went in this area. So we do have to circle around and use that bridge.
Those heroes must be punished! They had everything. Fame, wealth, and they wasted it. Their suffering will bring me back.
And that's a kind of interesting little cutscene that I wasn't expecting. But they also have sealed off the way that we came into the area, so we are going to have to find a different way to go. You probably noticed on the way back up into this area that there were a couple of walls that could be blown up with mines. And we do have a mine right here. This is another one of those that is pretty well at the far reach of what you could really get to, so you do have to hurry with it. And there's a good chance that this minion will die. And all that's behind there is another bomb, so you have to carry it back even further. It's a much shorter trip this time though, real easy to get to. Go ahead and pick the gold back up. And we're ready to head back and attack Goldo again.
I know that creature from my demons, deities, and the damned lessons as a young minion. Can't quite put a name to it. Seems the more I think about it, the more a memory fades.
So these vine walls just continually open and close in this same little pattern. It makes it pretty easy to get through. You just have to send a bomb through first, because there is a wall on the far side. And once that has been done, you can walk right through. It won't be surprising at all if the gold gets caught and you have to wait for one more round of that pattern of the walls opening and closing, and then it'll let it through. And now we are back to Goldo. go ahead and clear out this area. Now that it's clear, we can take control of the gold, get it close to these little mines, lure out a handful of dwarves again.
Master, you need more dwarves.
I want to get a pretty good number because we want them to be able to take him down as quickly as they can.
The statue is rebuilding itself. Keep those dwarves busy, Lord.
And then we'll get it up close enough that the dwarves will see Goldo and go to attack him. Now they do start throwing enemies at you to where you have to protect the dwarves.
Sire, they can't dig if they're dead.
If you don't have very many dwarves, it will take them longer to tear him down, which means you're going to have to protect them longer. Not really much of a problem though. They just keep sending the regular wraiths at you, so by this point you should be able to deal with those very easily. As best I can tell, every time that bell rings is when they're sending more after you. So we can pick up more gold pieces that have broken off of him. There's also equipment for replenishing all of your minions. We do have some that don't have any equipment, so anything he dropped is going to work for somebody. And we have 2 rock golems in the back. These are another thing that tend to really be able to tear up minions. So I'm going to try to get all of my minions back here on a marker and take them on by myself. Except that they've gotten pretty much to my minions. And it looks like some of my minions stayed back and fought them and did really well, because this has got to be the remains of the other one. Usually, my minions have gotten crushed pretty badly by those, so I'm kind of surprised. I also think that I did not have any equipment when I came through here before when I had to fight them, so maybe that's why my minions didn't stand a chance that time. So if you're not well equipped, you may very well want to do what I was trying to do, put your minions on a marker and fight them on your own. If you do need to use your minions, though, of course you do have portals there to get all 4 colors, and they'll at least be able to do something to them. And my minion went ahead and ran up here and hit this switch pretty quickly, so I did not get to show you what it's going to have done really. I think that happened to me the first time also though, so I'm honestly not sure exactly what it does. Based on what happens here in just a little bit, I think it's going to have created a bridge for us into a new area. I just don't know exactly where. Because this switch, I was able to go past on my practice run. And I know that there is a hole right up here that I could not get across. And so you do have to hit that switch. Based on that, there's already what looks kind of like the bridge here. I'm guessing that both switches actually create a bridge here. Not that the first one lets you into the area where that second one is. I think that both of them go past that one same area. We've lost some minions, but at this point I'm not really worried about it. We should have more than enough to get through the rest of the game. Uh-oh, that's one of those guys that can really kill minions. You probably would want to leave your minions behind at that point and take him on by yourself. I was able to drop him before he really started attacking, luckily, so he did not kill that many. And while I do still have a little bit more time that I could film and be able to cut these two videos into two videos that would fit, to give myself a little leeway to make sure I do end up having a good place to split them, I'm going to have to go ahead and stop this one here. I'd hoped to finish this abyssal area by now, but we will have to try to do that next time.